please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
MIT Technology Review EmTech India, presented by Capital First, is back in its third edition to bring you a host of global minds from the fields of policy, business, technology and entrepreneurship together to converge on the most impactful emerging technologies of our time. And here are the highlights from 2017.
At Mint, we've always been a very technology-focused newsroom. We were the first integrated newsroom in this part of the world. This was in the late 2000s. So tech is, we eat our own dog food. So tech is very close to us. And we've been wanting to do an event of this sort for quite some time. When we came across MIT Tech Review, the fact that they were looking to do this event in India, we decided to do it together, and I think the MIT Tech Review brand name is a powerful one in the tech domain. They already had an interesting awards platform for young innovators, and you will meet these young innovators going forward. So I think it's been a fabulous partnership. So thank you, Jason, and thank you. So I think what we are trying to achieve in this conference, which is called EmTech for a reason. It's about emerging technologies, except that I think these technologies, some of them at least, have already emerged, is to help you understand these technologies, help you understand how they will change what you're doing, help you understand how they can help you work better, because I think the use of technology in enterprises is one of those things that can affect tremendous change.
EmTech India is my opportunity and your opportunity to see how the technologies that we cover every day in Technology Review and Mint covers are going to be expressed in this country. Our mission is to explain a civilization that is formed by technology. And one of the reasons I come to India is to see the young men and women who are sitting at that table over there, the young innovators under 35. I think they are always the star of the shows we put around on the world.
We live in a very interesting time. We live in the times of Internet of Things. We live in a world where your refrigerator can talk to your washing machine, which in turn can talk to your Echo, which in turn can talk to your car, etc., etc. The list goes on. Very smart machines which can talk to each other, collaborate with each other, work with each other, and make do with a lot of things that normally would not have been possible. We also live in the times of technology where governments are talking about smart cities. Governments are talking about smart governance. Governments are talking about leveraging smart technologies. Any technology, for that matter, unless it brings about a perceptible change and has a perceptible social impact, we can talk of a lot of things. I think we were just talking about Li-Fi. Wireless emissions through LEDs. Fantastic, great concept. Some countries have implemented it. Sao Paulo, South Africa, Johannesburg, etc. We've tried it. In fact, we wanted to do it at Hyderabad as well. But we realized that it was way too expensive. The point I'm trying to make is, unless technology actually also has a social angle, unless it is also having the social impact perspective embedded within its idea, I don't think it's worth the kind of effort that we put into. With respect to digital infrastructure, as a state, we've done something very novel. In fact, about 2 years ago, we've embarked on a very large mission with a $7 billion investment outlay, with a very ambitious agenda of wanting to give a potable drinking water connection to each and every house in Telangana. That would be about 10 million houses in the state of Telangana. When we started working out and started laying out the plans, we realized that we would be laying nearly 150,000 kilometers of new pipeline. Essentially, we would be trenching, digging up the entire landscape of Telangana. Then we said, why can't we synergize? Why can't we combine other things into the same trench? So we started thinking of multiple things. But the first thing that came to the fore, besides obviously the water pipeline, is fiber optic network. So in the next 18 months, Telangana will not only be the first state in India to give a portable drinking water connection to each and every house, we'll also be the first state in the country to give a proper broadband connection to each and every household in our state. A lot of people have been talking about how artificial intelligence is going to take away jobs. A lot of people are also talking about the change of guard in the United States and how that is going to impact India as well. I do agree with it partially, but I do believe also that if India and EmTech start focusing on the new sectors, animation, gaming, multimedia, entertainment, cybersecurity, design engineering, data analytics, data centers, the opportunities are plenty. The opportunities for governments to create jobs in all these sunrise sectors are plenty. So let's not be worried. India has one thing that nobody else in the world has. India today has the largest workforce on the planet, or in fact, think force, as I call it, think force on the planet. 65% of Indians today are below the age of 35. Now, therein lies the biggest strength of our country, to really offer technologies, to really offer solutions for the next generations to come. Thank you very much, Mint, for this opportunity.
Digital technology is rapidly transforming the way we live and work and is pervading every bit of our lives. Just how exactly is technology changing the status quo? And what do we as individuals and organizations need to do to prepare better for this digital disruption? Let's find out.
I have had the opportunity to work at a lot of different places and to observe some extraordinary changes over these last few decades. And looking at where technology is taking us, looking at the future of media through the lens of Time Inc. and Time Warner, I think there are some things that I have observed that are worth spending a little bit of time talking about. I think we also, however, recognize that it's not just about a digital future, and you had to be a lot more precise than that. We saw digital as something that was a line extension from print, and so much of the focus was on desktop, and there was not the full appreciation of how mobile had actually changed the game and was far more important to the future of media than the desktop is likely to be. We also recognize that video is an important component and that events can be very significant. A conference like this can be as important to the bottom line of a company as what its print product might be doing. That as you listen to all of the great opportunities that emerge from technology, think about execution as well.
The idea of AI being presented quite often, people talk to me, oh, you're in AI, it's robotics. Actually, no, it isn't. It's a field of AI which spans a whole range of things, but it always gets brought back to not only robotics, but humanoid robotics, which is in fact potentially culturally the most threatening. So there's a lack of awareness, there's a fear of the unknown, there's certainly a fear of losing control, and what will happen, will we be replaced by machines? Conversation earlier on about jobs being replaced by automation, that's been true since the first industrial revolution. And technology moves forward, but new jobs emerge. And I think that's going to be true in AI too. And interestingly, as I'll show you, where some of the investment growth is happening in the next few years, when you look at the sectors, agriculture, aerospace, technology, robotics, medicine, healthcare, right throughout all of our sectors in society and industry, AI is going to play is already playing a major part and is going to play an even bigger part. I think there are thousands of examples all around us already in everyday use of AI making positive benefits to society. Some of the work that we've done at Sunderland, some of the work being done in the rest of the scientific community, you've seen that massive growth in scientific development, and you've seen the huge growth in commercial investment. It's already here, it's all around us every day, and there's a lot more of it coming.
In light of the recent demonetization by the Indian government, digital payments have entered our lives far sooner than we anticipated. Yet around the world, about 85% of consumer transactions are still done in physical currency. Let's find out more about the future of payments from our next set of experts, who will also throw light on the role that cryptocurrencies, mobile wallets and mobile peer-to-peer payments will play in future.
So in the last 3 years, we're seeing such dramatic change. It's quite unbelievable. So the best way I'd like to think about it is like, we were used to playing on flat pitches earlier for maybe decades in India, and a test match would never come to an end, and probably most of them would turn out to be draws. And suddenly we're now beginning to play on turning, bouncing pitches, and every match is turning out to be a result. And that is really at the sum of what's happening in the payment world.
Tell me how critical you think it is. Smartphone is the instrument for future of money in India?
It's difficult for anybody in this developed world today to imagine our lives without the smartphone at the very center of it. And what smartphones have become to be to us, leave alone entertainment and consumption and content and stuff like that, but even in commerce, the smart apps, the kind of smart platforms is just a delight.
Experts and industry stalwarts discussed as to how technologies such as Li-Fi, bots, artificial intelligence, virtual reality and machine learning have become a reality. They also shared their insights on the Digital India program.
There's several kinds of values that can be unlocked by businesses with big data. The first is internal productivity, the ability to extract data from legacy systems to do things like produce products faster, deliver them more accurately, and make the underlying products more effective.
We use LEDs to transmit data at very high speeds. And that is a method, a technology that I've coined in 2011, which addresses the spectrum crunch. So with the radio communications, using radio frequency spectrum, which is finite. But we use the visible light spectrum, which is 2,600 times greater than the radio spectrum if we add sort of the infrared as well. So the visible light spectrum alone is 1,000 times larger, but with the infrared it's 2,600 times faster or larger than the radio spectrum. And this is a resource that we have used and utilized by using off-the-shelf devices like LEDs or solar panels to enhance our wireless connected world towards future digital e-commerce and the growing sort of digital environment we are in.
And Indian IT and Indian IT experts, which I believe are one of the smartest IT analytical brains, have a choice to make. Whether they are going to try and hold on to this $100 billion, or they are going to go for 67 times bigger, $6,700 billion tomorrow. And my hope is that India will seize this opportunity to leapfrog from being the blue-collar worker of IT to being the front office and the leader in the cognitive space.
I think we are at a phase where we understand that digital will help us leapfrog in terms of governance, in terms of finance, in terms of healthcare, in terms of city infrastructure, and that's what is reimagining India all about.
This is the platform where business, technology and innovation converge. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the Digital India mission and the Make in India campaign with an aim to make India a global investment destination. Just how far ahead are we since those announcements were made, and what's the road ahead looking like? Let's find out from some of India Inc.'s most renowned CXOs.
In India, when you have this large young population, the fear is, what is technology actually going to do? Is it going to be able to create or transform the workforce, or is it going to replace the workforce that we currently have? How would you respond to that?
When you connect people to the internet, right, you give them access. You give them access to financial services, education, healthcare, jobs, but you don't give them dignity of life. We need skill development and education at scale that drives the ability for people to get jobs.
The whole concept there is that you start imagining what jobs you want to do 2 years out, 4 years out, 6 years out, and then automatically have a skill inventory and have a digital classroom for yourself where you keep getting educated on those.
Today, India is steadily climbing up the charts when it comes to internet speeds. Experts contend that big data analytics, enterprise security and Internet of Things will be the key factors that will help in elevating India to global standards.
actually IoT is taken off in a big way, and 4G LTE, it'll be huge infrastructure build out happening now. That will help quite a bit with the IoT launches right away. 5G will make it better, but clearly IoT is happening here and now on 4G networks, and 5G will only make it better. By no means you need 5G to happen for IoT to happen. I think IoT is happening already, and at Qualcomm we've already shipped over 1 billion units into IoT spaces. So it's going to happen, but things will look a whole lot better and a lot more efficient and as you build new radios.
The whole way in which 5G is constructed as a framework of telecommunications is little different from that of any other generation earlier. It can be 4G or 3G. And the key difference is that there is a technology that we use called beamforming. That is at the base of 5G. That is as far as the radio is concerned. But only on the radio side, this is one innovation. The other elements of 5G, which are all the operating systems, which are all the other networking elements that are required to switch the calls and all that, also have undergone a complete, kind of sea change.
It's really security needs to be considered when you create something new. India is a very innovative country, a very forward-moving, forward-looking country very fast, and security very often is seen as a band-aid after something bad happened. But this shouldn't be the case. When you build in security, when you create a new process, a new payment system, when you innovate something, when you from day one think about security, you don't need to patch it later on because it will be interwoven, and this makes the system more secure, more safe, better hardened.
It's really about the world is getting to the point where industrial platforms like power generation, power distribution, transportation, whether that's locomotives or jet engines or healthcare, all are pressured to deliver more productivity. And bringing digital technologies and artificial intelligence into this mix with a platform that we've built called Predix is really what unlocks some of that capability using both physics and data science, digital and industrial.
There's only one thing that's stronger than all the armies of the world, and that is an idea whose time has come, said the French author and poet Victor Hugo. Epitomizing this saying are this year's winners of the Innovators Under 35 initiative. These top 10 innovators from India have been handpicked by a very eminent jury from hundreds of applications, and they've been chosen for their ideas, innovation, and the potential to create a lasting impact on the way we live and work.
Akash Dongre. Anki Janwar.
Anusha Rammohan. Pankaj Agarwal.
Nishan Kumar.
Vinay Kumar.
Prasad Mishra. And Sandeep Sena.
For the last 16 years, every single year, MIT Technology Review selects 35 innovators under the age of 35 that we believe will have the greatest impact on the world. We have done this right across Asia, China, and now more recently in the last 2 years, we've also expanded this program into a regional program in India.
It's all about absorbing all these new content, different perspectives into your mind, and see how you can use those insights to your idea, to my idea, and take it to the next level.
It's a great learning experience, it's a great networking experience, it's a great motivational event.
You get to speak about your idea, you get validation about your idea, you get suggestions of your idea, you improve upon it, and you also get to meet a lot of like-minded people and sometimes quite abstract people or different-minded people who come and actually share, which actually helps a lot. So I think like that, it's a great platform.
Mint and MIT Technology Review brings to you the third chapter of India's most prestigious technology conference, EmTech India, presented by Capital First. Witness the world's most influential leaders, innovators and inspiring global stalwarts on one platform. Join us on 8th and 9th of March in Delhi for 2 days at this iconic platform, where technology, business and culture will converge.